Hi guys, I'm back again and I'm here to talk about the water you put on your plants, right? I live in the city, so if you live in the city, this probably will concern you guys. If you use tap water can kill your plants. Tap water is not healthy, right? Tap water, if you don't have a filter on your tap, which I live in an apartment and I have a filter on my tap, and that's what I use to water my garden, the filtered water. If I also have a fish tank, and you cannot take the tap water and pour it right into the tank. It'll kill the fishes. That is telling you that the chemicals in the tap water is not good for you, the fishes, or the plants, right? For you to use the tap water on the fishes, you have to let that water sit at least 24 hours or more for the chemicals to dissipate out of the water. I say that to say, if you have no other choice but to use tap water to grow your plants, how about letting it sit, put it in a container, have it sit for over 24 hours and then use the water, right? The water is not good. Filtered water is better for your plants. If you catch rainwater, it's great. That's the best water for your plants. Rainwater, lake water, that is the best water for your plants. If you can't get that, I live by a lake, right? I could go downstairs and get the water from the lake, but I choose not to. I collect rainwater and I use my filtered water from my garden. But if you have no choice, because there's no lake near you, you don't have a filter, you can't afford a filter on your tap, which they sell them for like $30 at $35 or $40 at Amazon. The filters, water filters that you could just attach to your tap, and then you just flip a switch, it goes over to the filter, and you just change the filter when needed. If you can't afford that, then I suggest that when you fill jugs up with water, let them sit 24 hours before watering your plants with it. You will see the big difference in your plants, right? Because water is very important to the plants, but if the water has too many chemicals in it, it's not good for the plants, it's not good for you, right? And that is why I say it's best for you to get a filter on your taps. If you live in an apartment, if you live in a house, get a filter for your whole house. Now, I can't tell anyone what to do. I can only put the information out there. But that chlorine and fluoride in the water is not good for you. It's not good for the fishes. It's not good for your plants. Like I said, when I have a fish tank. So if I were to just take the tap water and pour it into the fish tank, all my fishes would die. But yet, if I take my filtered water and pour it right into the fish tank, my fishes keep swimming and keep enjoying themselves in the water. That shows you how good my filtering system is, right? It takes out chlorine, it takes out fluoride. So I say that and other harmful components. So I say that to say, it's always best to get a good filter. And then I double filter sometimes my water, because I also have a filter jug, which other brands of jugs are not that great. The best water jug filter that I found was zero water filter, zero water jugs. Zero water jugs, they come with they come with a measuring thing that you can measure all the chemicals in the water, right? And when you filter it through their filtering system and then measure what's in the water, it's zero. It's completely zero, right? You can buy your own measuring system and do the same thing. So that's just to tell you, I double filter some of my stuff, and I use a filter because, okay, let's say you filter it and use the water for drinking. What about when you cook? You're using that water, the same water, and the thing is, what a lot of people don't realize, fluoride intensifies with heat. It doesn't dissipate with heat, it intensifies with heat. So I say that to say, you think you're boiling the water and you're boiling out all the chemicals. You're not. Some of the chemicals are intensifying in that water. And that's why I cook with filtered water. I even have a filter on my shower so that when I take a shower, the biggest organism in your biggest organism on your body is your skin, and it absorbs anything you put on it. So that toxic water that you take a bath in, that's slowly getting into your system. And if it can kill baby fishes and it can't help plants grow because it'll kill it, what is it doing to you? Slowly, right? I'm just making you say, okay? And I also just bought a filter where I could put it on the bottom part of my tap where my bathtub is, so the water can go through a filter before I take a bath. I am not taking any chances. And that one, you can move it to the sink if you're washing your hands, whatever, the sink in your bathroom. So I just say that to say, get yourself a good filter if you can. If you can't afford a filter at this time, if you fill containers up with water and let it sit for at least 24 hours. That helps the water. It kind of gets rid of it. Some of the chemicals dissipate. They just, because when you have a fish tank, you know this because you fill up the tap water and you let it sit for a day or two before using it on your fishes, and then the fishes are fine. So I say that to say, if you don't have a filter, you can't afford a little filter jug, whatever, just go ahead and let the water sit for a couple of days and then use the water, right? All right, that's my little tip. Thank you, and have a great day, and thank you for following me. Please like so other people can see this video. Thank you.